How's it going, Coop?
I am just trying to avoid vomiting on the microphone.
Nice. You got a little too drunk last night, or?
Drank a bit and then didn't sleep for the whole night, and it's just a
Fucking
beautiful combination.
Yeah.
And then I have to drive for an hour and a half right after this. So obviously I'm
For your knees.
bringing some road beers.
Yeah. I would drink all the way there. It's like an hour and a half, you said?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to. No, I don't drink and drive. I'm a responsible adult.
I drink and drive.
No, you don't. Not my car.
No, not your car.
Oh, okay, good. Wait, whose car?
Anyone else's.
Any car I can get my fucking hands on.
Yeah, except yours.
Except mine,
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, I would never do that.
We're going to talk about a lady today.
Lady
This is
time?
episode 50.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We've been doing this for that's like 50 years now.
Yeah,
50 years of Iconoblast.
We can only pull off one
One episode a year. Takes me a long time to put these together.
Still suffering from COVID.
Yeah, I can tell. You've been coughing all
passed it.
morning.
I just passed it to you.
Oh, good. Yeah, I need more problems in my life. Don't have enough of my own. Welcome to the Iconoblast podcast. This is the show that takes a look behind the public facades of famous icons to show you why you can never take anything at face value. My name is Cooper, and sitting across from me, dressed like the Terminator, is Joel Benner.
Hello.
Iconoblast. We put the past on blast. Hit 'em with the truth, with things you never knew. Nobody is safe, no thing to place. Got Joel and Coop with history in your face. Iconoblast.
Presented by GhostBed.com.
What's up?
Not much. Like I said, I'm just, it's like second episode in a row that I've been sick, but this time I'm sick for a different reason. I'm sick.
You're hungover.
I'm sick on my own terms.
Yeah, you did it to yourself.
Yeah. So why don't
What
we
happened?
just?
You were at a Halloween party?
Yeah, I went to a Halloween party, drank a bit,
Drank too much?
drank a little. I mean, a little
Did
bit.
you get raped?
A little bit too much. No. So it was kind of a bust.
Kind of.
Not my best Halloween. I'll put it that way. Then I laid awake all night staring at the ceiling, thinking about life,
Yeah.
which is fun.
That seems to happen to you and I a lot. We live weird lives.
Yeah, probably for similar reasons.
Yeah. Brain damage, alcoholics,
Depression,
no father figure.
you know,
That whole.
the good stuff,
Yeah.
the best things in life. Well, you know who had one hell of a father figure? Today's topic.
I thought you said today's. Like
Today's.
today's.
Well, it is an episode about a lady, so today's topic is Cleopatra.
All right.
You know anything about Cleopatra?
She fucks Caesar, so this is Julius Caesar part.
We don't do Caesar episodes anymore.
True.
This is about Cleopatra.
This is Cleopatra episode
It just so happens
50, part 1. Cleopatra only.
Yeah, it just so happens that Caesar and Cleopatra's paths crossed at one point. Their genitals touched. But that has nothing to do with Julius Caesar. This has everything to do with Cleopatra.
The fact that they slept together and their genitals touched has nothing to do with Julius Caesar.
No.
This episode has nothing
Nothing
to do with Julius.
Okay, he comes up a little bit at the end. Or he comes up a little bit about halfway through the episode. This is not a Julius Caesar episode. This is a Cleopatra episode, okay?
It's not about him. He needs to shut the fuck up. Caesar, you shut the fuck up. This is her time now.
Take a back seat, Caesar, because today is Ladies' Day. Ladies' Night.
Episode 50 is for the ladies.
And probably episode 51 and 52 also.
Nice. So this is going to be a multi-parter. This is a big one.
Yeah, Cleopatra had a pretty big life. And a big nose, apparently.
Big nose, nice breastises, great ass,
Probably not, honestly.
barrel-chested, barrel body,
Yeah.
beer belly.
She was built like Danny DeVito.
That's hot to some people.
Rhea Perlman?
Do you think is that his wife?
I think so. Pretty sure they're still married. I can't imagine anybody would marry either one of them, so that's probably why they're
You
together.
don't think DeVito was getting laid?
Oh, I'm positive that he was. So, I mean, there's star fuckers everywhere.
There you go. That's
Like,
what
there's literally not a single famous person out there that somebody doesn't want to fuck.
Is it? There's got to be one. We should do an episode on whatever one we can come up with. The one that nobody wants to fuck.
We'll do an episode on unfuckable stars. Cleopatra the Seventh Philopator, the great lady of perfection, excellent in counsel, sacred image of her father, queen of the Nile, lover of dictators, seducer of nephews, and the last ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt.
What's her last name? Chodemeyer?
Philopator?
Philopator. You can't be saying that.
Well, I don't think that's actually her family name was Ptolemy.
Okay. Oh, and that's what they named all the other bitches, right?
No, every male in the family was named Ptolemy.
Ptolemy.
So
Oh,
it gets
yeah,
it
all
gets
the other
real
bitches.
fucking confusing. It actually gets really fucking confusing because there's multiple Ptolemies in this episode. So just try to remember the numbers that I say after their names.
Yeah, not going to happen.
In the male-dominated annals of history... Okay, I knew you were going to do that. In the male-dominated annals of history, it takes one hell of a woman to earn a reputation as legendary as hers.
What do you mean by the annals of history?
Annals. A-N-N-A-L-S, not A-N-A-L-S. Annals.
Annual
In the
meeting.
buttholes of history, it takes one hell of a woman to earn a reputation as legendary as hers.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
For someone so closely associated with Egypt, it's surprising to learn that Cleopatra wasn't actually Egyptian. Stop making faces at me, Joel. I'm already about to throw up.
Sorry.
While she was born in Egypt, her family was actually Greek in origin, and her lineage can be traced back to Ptolemy I, one of Alexander the Great's generals.
Ptolemy.
I actually didn't know that she was a descendant of one of Alexander the Great's generals.
That's weird.
Yeah. After Alexander's death in 323 BC, Ptolemy began a dynasty that ruled Egypt for nearly 3 centuries, with Cleopatra being the last to hold the throne. So she fucked it all up.
Did she actually fuck it up?
No, I mean,
No?
her dad was the one that fucked things
Fucked
up
it.
more than she did, and it was actually amazing that she was able to.
Did she sleep with her father?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that whole family was just fucking each
Just
other all the
fucking each
time.
other,
Yeah, it was just a
All those
smorgasbord of incest.
A smorgasbord. Yeah. That's Swedish.
Being from a family that ruled Egypt for 300 years, one would assume that at some point they took the time to learn the language. But no, they didn't. For 300 fucking years, the family that was ruling Egypt didn't even bother to learn how to speak the local language.
Which was Egyptian?
Uh,
Chinese.
it was pretty sure it was Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should I drink for that?
it was either Chinese or Spanish, and yeah, we should probably both drink. I really hope that these ranch waters start doing their job and making me feel better, because right now it's just making it worse.
You should have took a shot. I told you.
No, that's definitely going to make me throw up.
It would also make you drunk.
Well, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
Am I sitting funny?
You always are.
Okay.
You have very bad posture.
Thank you.
They did eventually learn Egyptian, or at least Cleopatra did. Cleopatra was the only member of the Ptolemaic dynasty to learn the Egyptian language, meaning that for 300 years, Egypt was ruled by a family that didn't even speak the fucking local dialect.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it seems weird, right?
I didn't know that. They're like, fuck them.
Egyptian wasn't the only language Cleopatra learned to speak during her lifetime. According to some accounts, she spoke as many as a dozen languages and was highly educated in mathematics, philosophy, oratory, and astronomy.
So she spoke the language, but no one else in her family did. for
Yeah, she
300
was
years.
she was the first member of the Ptolemaic dynasty to actually learn how to speak Egyptian. Although modern interpretations portray her as being a legendary beauty who used her sex appeal as a weapon, it was actually her intelligence that made her a political powerhouse.
Both.
Although Cleopatra is often described as being legendarily beautiful, contemporary accounts paint a different picture. Were you
She's
there,
not.
Joel? Were you there?
Were you?
No, but
No.
I-
I wasn't there.
I was reading stuff.
I wasn't there.
I was reading stuff from people that were there.
You were there.
I've seen coins with her on it.
Remember what Jack said? Big nose?
That's what I said.
Well, no, but he
It
was
was when
saying
we had
that
Jack on the show.
only in America is big nose is unattractive.
Well,
or
no,
America made them unattractive.
Walt
Back in the day, they could have been
Walt Disney made him unattractive
Yeah.
because Walt Disney was a raging anti-Semite.
But so imagine if maybe back then that big nose was like a pair of titties that you like perfect pair of fake titties. So when you saw the nose, you were like, "Oh, fuck yeah!"
God damn! Look at the
Yeah, you
fucking
just get a
schnoz
bony.
on her.
You would just get a fucking chub, instant half chub.
I mean, could be.
I think that is the way it is.
Coins with her portrait on them show her as having masculine features with a large hooked nose. Some historians believe she may have purposely portrayed herself this way as a show of strength, but even the Greek philosopher Plutarch claimed that Cleopatra's beauty was, quote, not altogether incomparable. Fucking burn, dude. Fucking got her.
Real beauty's on the inside.
What, like in the guts?
What's the line? That's just something ugly.
Oh,
people
that's
say.
just something
Yeah.
ugly people say. Considering her lineage, it's not surprising that Cleopatra was a little on the homely side. As it was with many noble families, Cleo was a result of generations of brothers and sisters and cousins intermarrying and having little incest babies.
Was she a big girl?
No, probably not. I mean,
Well,
maybe.
she's rich, right? And wasn't it like fat was attractive back then too? So she just had this
I think
fucking.
I think that changes with cultures because overall, like the Romans and stuff, they were all fairly fit. Like the Romans and Greeks, they considered it.
So
good
being
thing
fit
to be
was
in shape.
sexy.
Yeah, or being strong, I guess.
I like to imagine her now as like just like, I'm picturing a rhinoceros, like but sitting on its butt. You know, like when a cat's licking itself, like sitting drunk and shitty, but it's a rhino with this huge nose.
Well, cats were sacred to the Egyptians, so maybe she would sit around licking her own puss.
Can you lick your own area?
Can I lick my own pussy?
Well, you know what I mean. Like, can you reach?
I've never put very much effort into it, but I can't even touch my toes. How am I going to get my own dick in my mouth?
You've never tried to see if you can suck your own dick?
That's a little gay.
I got it. It's kind of gay, but
Okay,
like,
we should probably drink for that.
drink. There's nothing wrong with being gay, and there's nothing wrong
nothing
with
wrong with
sucking
it.
your own dick if you can.
I'm just not into sucking dick.
Either am I, but
Oh, now you're backpedaling.
no.
a little bit.
Wait,
Wait, so you are?
I tried to suck my own dick. I've tried. I can reach it with my tongue. I can barely. Well, I've gained some weight. You know, in my 20s though, if I bent down and went for the gold, I could. Just
And you were
lick
just
the
fucking
very tip,
going to
and
town
then,
on that thing all day.
No, but okay, this is not good to say, but I'm going to say it. And I'm sorry, Keebler, for ratting you out.
I've heard
Keebler
this.
can suck his own dick, like fully, and I made him show me.
That was okay. Wow, there's a lot to unpack
It's
there.
not gay. Well, we were.
Well, you watching somebody else suck their own dick isn't gay.
I mean, it wasn't about being turned on. It was about.
It was a power thing.
I was like,
You were like Keebler,
You
suck
can
your
fucking
own
do
fucking
that?
dick.
no,
just do it.
It wasn't power play. It was just
But
very surprising. Like,
a
I didn't believe
a bonding experience.
Yeah, it was bro shit. It was like when you get drunk and someone says they can do something that doesn't make sense. You're like, what? So
If somebody
you drink in your party.
if I was drunk with somebody and they
And
said,
they-
"Hey, dude, I can suck my own dick. Watch this," I'd be like, "No,
Well,
I believe you."
it took a. It wasn't like the first time he mentioned it. I was like, show me now. It was like years of him talking about it and sucking his own dick all the time.
It's like, "Oh, dude, you've been bragging about this for so long. It's time for you to put your penis where your mouth is."
Yeah. I'm sorry again, Keebler, but he could do it, and he showed me in a garage.
So you're telling me that one of those little elves that bakes cookies inside of a tree can suck their own dick?
Yes, saw it.
Holy shit! There's nothing sacred.
He
in
had
this
a
world
really
anymore.
long.
He's
got a long dong though. It's long.
I mean, he must. If
Yeah,
he can
'cause-
stick
and
it in his mouth.
It wasn't the whole dick. He wasn't like going down to the pubes. It was like he could get the head in there. You know what I mean? Like just the head. Just the head was going in. Anyway, so Cleopatra.
Yeah. How about that? How about them Ptolemies?
Weird
Always fucking
topic.
their brothers and sisters. Speaking of brother and sister fucking.
That's why. Because you were saying that they all fucked each other. And she was
What's
a
that?
oh
What's
no,
that?
that's why. The conversation
we were
happened
talking
because
about a cat.
a cat licking their own puss.
Yeah.
And I know an elf that can suck their own
They can
dick.
suck his own dick.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's pretty much the exact same thing.
It makes sense that the topic went there, or the subject went there.
Nothing about this show ever makes sense. I think we've already established that pretty well.
That's true. Are you okay with that, though?
You like my shirt?
Yes.
It says smoke crack.
Yeah. Yeah. For the audio listeners, it's a Teletubby shirt that says smoke crack.
Yeah, it's my new favorite shirt. So Cleopatra's parents are believed to have been brother and sister, and Cleopatra
And able to suck their own dicks.
No, like I said, Egyptians found, like, they considered cats to be sacred. So if you could mimic a cat, then you were essentially a god.
Yeah.
Keebler would have been a god back in ancient Egypt.
He was just born in the wrong time.
He was born in the wrong time.
Daddy's a fucking criminal.
So her parents were believed to have been brother and
Love you,
sister,
Keebler.
and Cleopatra herself married not one, but two of her own brothers. So keeping that family tradition going strong.
She was banging her brothers?
She was married to two of her brothers. Not at the same time, though. She wasn't
back
a
in the
total
day, right?
deviant.
Like, you kind of had to do that, right, to keep the
Yeah,
bloodline.
well, in a lot of noble families, that's how they
Noble,
kept
yeah.
the bloodline pure, was by
Probably
fucking
in a
their
lot of
brothers
poor
and
shitty
sisters and cousins. Well, no,
just wasn't written down.
Alabama is filled with nobles, apparently.
Wait, we should drink for Alabama.
Well, it's filled with white people.
Oh, wait, so we don't have to drink for that, but I'm going to drink anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to drink anyway. Oh, you're going to like this next part.
Uh-oh.
Cleopatra was born in early 69 BC. Nice.
She was born in 69?
Born in 69
Holy-
BC.
She is a sexual icon.
Right, that's what I was thinking when I was writing this episode. I was like, really, this like
All the stars aligned.
this sexual icon just happened to be born in 69 BC. Seems a little made up to me.
No, I think it was just meant to be. She's like Salma Hayek.
The stars aligned.
Yeah. I just watched fucking Desperado.
I fucking love that movie.
It's
And
really
Salma
fucking
Hayek.
good still. It holds up. And it's got like a message.
Does it?
Yeah, but not like a shitty one. But like,
Oh, the message is don't fuck with Mexicans.
yeah.
It's a good message. It will keep
And
you out
she's
of a lot of
badass
trouble.
in it. Like, it starts out like they set her up like she's an innocent little lady with a.
She's like a librarian or something, right?
yeah. But she's selling drugs. It's awesome.
I don't remember her selling drugs.
Yeah, remember he gets all pissed off when he finds out she's selling, smoking, toking. And he's like, "What the fuck? You're just like the guy I'm trying to kill. You're a piece of shit." And she's like, "No, I'm not. I need the money. How do you think I keep a library in this shitty town? I sell drugs." And
Well,
then
don't
they
open a
fuck.
fucking library somewhere where there's like an 80% illiteracy rate.
That's well, she knew it was a bad idea. She even says it. But she loves books.
So she's gonna
then
sell
she loves to
drugs
fuck.
to kids just so she can have a bookstore.
Well, she's like the in between. She's the in between.
That
Like
seems-
she's a middleman.
Seems pretty self-serving to me.
She gets $50,000 a year from a drug dealer to let her place be a front for drug transferring.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it all better. So she's not selling it directly to the kids. The next person in line is selling it to the kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
But those sex scenes are good. I imagine that
Oh,
she's
yeah.
Cleopatra. Like why I'm bringing this up is because whenever you're talking about Cleopatra, you said 69. I immediately went to the sex scenes from Desperado, and so for me,
Do they 69 in Desperado?
they do everything.
They do it all.
They do all kinds of weird shit. Like there's positions where like they're like
Like
they're like sliding.
There's
but
no
there's
possible
no
way there's
they're
any
fucking.
penetration.
Yeah.
It's like he's fucking her belly
They're just
button.
they're just in the zone, you know.
Yeah, just enjoying each other's
Just
company.
Cleopatra
It's like
the shit out of themselves. I really
It's like
think
a-
that Salma Hayek is Cleopatra reincarnated.
It's like one of those. What's it called? A Nuru massage. Have you ever heard of a Nuru massage?
No, is that Chinese or Japanese or something?
I mean, I'm
I should
sure it
correct
is.
for that,
Is that racist? Yeah, all right, fuck it.
Like Naruto or whatever
We'll
it's
drink
called?
a,
A Naruto massage.
Naruto massage. No, I think it's called a Nuru massage, and that's where you're naked, and then the masseuse is naked, and she rubs oil all over her body and then uses her body to massage you.
Wait, that's a real thing? You can get that?
Yeah, they were talking.
Is it cheating?
They were talking. Well, yeah.
Wait, no. Is it?
No. Well, think about it. Would you want your girlfriend rubbing her naked body all over some other dude?
If it was a chick, that's okay. Well,
It,
is there penetration?
no. Well, I mean, if you pay extra, I'm sure.
If I could pick the dude,
Or if they're just
If I
really enthusiastic, it might happen accidentally.
if I could pick the dude, I'd be okay with it.
Wait, what dude are you going to be okay with your girlfriend rubbing your naked body all over?
Like a little Asian boy or something.
Oh, less threatening. I mean,
Yeah,
might as well be a chick
someone
at
that I could
point.
beat up, someone that I could easily fuck if I wanted to. It wouldn't intimidate me. It wouldn't be a threat, you know.
No, then it would become
non-threatening.
It would become a bonding experience.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Cleopatra 69ing with her brother.
So she was
Sorry,
born in
kid.
early 69 BC to Ptolemy XII and an unknown mother, because history obviously isn't very friendly to females. It's amazing that Cleopatra was even remembered, and I think that she was remembered primarily because she fucked Caesar. This isn't an episode about Caesar, though.
Did I ruin your podcast dreams and hopes and what you wanted this to be?
Oh, no, I did that myself a long time ago.
Okay.
Now I'm just going with it.
Okay.
She had one older sister, Berenice the... Okay, so
She had an older sister. She was probably taller and hotter, dude.
I don't know, actually. There's... Apparently nobody gave a shit about her other family members. But she had one older sister named Berenice IV Epiphania.
Epiphania, yeah.
One
I remember
younger
when I
sister
fucked her.
named Arsinoe IV, and two brothers, Arsinoe.
Gigi, help us with that, please.
Yeah, they had
Arsinoe.
They had
There's
stupid
no such
names.
thing as a girl named Arsinoe, dude.
Says it right here in the notes.
Arsinoe. Why is that? That's triggering something. Wait.
Arsinoe IV. Well, because it has arse in it, and arse is close to ass.
No.
That's not-
Arsinoe. Go bug mom.
No, that's Cyrano.
Oh, Cyrano. Hey, well, it's still triggered a Starship Troopers memory.
So it's a good thing.
Yeah. Okay, I like her then.
And she had two brothers, Ptolemy XIII and Ptolemy XIV.
Ptolemy the 13th, Ptolemy the 69th, yeah.
Seeing that the Ptolemaic dynasty was like an even hornier and more bloodthirsty version of Game of Thrones, Cleo would go on to marry both of her brothers and play a role in the death of both brothers and her sister Arsinoe.
Fuck.
They were just fucking and killing each other left and right.
Yeah, is that really what they were doing, though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fucking crazy time, man. Wish it was still like that.
That would be fucking terrible. Well, I mean, it'd be interesting.
Depends.
So if our presidents were all related,
Fucking
our
each other?
presidents are kind of all related if you trace it back far enough. I think like almost every president we've had.
They're all white, except for one.
Well, no, I think even Barack Obama, you can trace like almost every single president back to like
Cleopatra.
King Henry the Eighth or the one of the European kings. You can trace like almost every president back to them, because George W. Bush and Barack Obama are like very, very, very distant cousins.
What?
Yeah, we
they party?
like to think that we got rid of the nobility here in America, but we didn't. We just changed the names.
Just found the whitest black guy we could find.
Yeah.
Made him president. Wait, did Cleopatra have like dark skin?
No, she was Greek.
Some Greeks have dark skin.
Well, they have olive skin or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Like
They look Italian pretty much, I think.
yeah. Or Mexican.
A
A little lighter.
Little lighter. Like the Mexicans you would see in Mexico City.
Yeah.
In 65 BC, not long after Cleopatra's birth, her father learned that a powerful Roman politician named Marcus Licinius Crassus
Crassus. Oh yeah.
was attempting to convince the Roman Senate that Rome should annex Egypt.
Dude, it's crazy she was around during all this.
I know. It's
pretty
cool.
cool.
I mean, I think it's fucking awesome.
This is like a chunk of history that just got written down
Yep.
and exposed severely. Sexually. God, you're such an idiot, dude.
To prevent this from happening, Ptolemy began sending expensive gifts to a couple of Roman politicians in hopes of gaining their support. The politicians in question were none other than Pompey Magnus and a young upstart named Julius Caesar.
Oh, but this is not an episode about.
Not an episode
Not
about
an episode
Caesar.
about it.
No, Ptolemy was just sending gifts to Caesar at this time because he was sending gifts to Caesar during Caesar's first term as consul.
This is back when Caesar was getting fucked by that king on the island or whatever.
No, this is much, much later.
Really? Okay, like
Caesar was
5 or 6 years later.
Caesar was a sexy young boy when he was hooking up with the king.
He's a redhead, right?
Caesar?
Yeah. Curly hair. He's got curly hair.
If he had curly red hair, there's no fucking way he's rising to power. Nobody likes gingers.
Well, that was.
Gingers with curly red hair.
Oh wait, no.
Who's going to give them power?
The king that he fucked was a redhead. Who was the redhead? Oh,
Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus. Sorry, I'm blowing it. Sorry, they're all assholes.
It all
mixes together.
It's episode 50. We've been doing this for so long, it all just runs together at this point. The gifts Ptolemy sent to Rome bankrupted him, and he was eventually forced to take a loan from a Roman banker named Gaius Rabirius Postumus.
Jesus. I'm not even commenting on that. But Ptolemy the what? The 69th Ptolemy? Which one? The 13th?
Ptolemy the 12th was Cleopatra's dad.
Okay, and he's the one right now you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Cleo's dad.
Copy that. Moving on.
The loan was enough to keep Ptolemy and his family out of the poorhouse, but it wasn't enough to prevent him from being exiled from Egypt. Seeing that he had made friends with Pompey, Ptolemy and his 11-year-old daughter Cleopatra spent a year living on the outskirts of Rome in one of Pompey's villas.
That was next to one of the pyramids, right?
No, pretty sure the pyramids are in Egypt. Did you know
Are they in Egypt? You just said they were in Egypt.
No, I said
that
they
got banned from Egypt.
They got exiled from Egypt
and then went to
stay.
pyramids, and that's where
the pyramids are in Egypt. They got exiled from Egypt and they went to Rome to hide out for a while.
Okay.
And they lived in one of Pompey's villas.
Okay.
After spending some time in exile, Ptolemy XII persuaded the Roman governor of Syria, Aulus Gabinius.
Are you telling me that? Really? Really, you're going to tell me that?
Aulus Gabinius.
Gabinius.
He convinced the governor of Syria to invade Egypt and restore him to power. Gabinius accepted the deal. So this is very, very, very summarized version of how all this shit went down because it was all real complicated and there was a bunch of other people involved. I'm just trying to get back into the Cleopatra shit.
Yeah, yeah. So the families were all fucking doing their political shit, fighting to get the money, and all that shit was going down. And,
Yeah.
And you tell me was handling his shit and got some money. Ptolemy.
Ptolemy.
Thank you. Doing my best here.
Gabinius accepted the deal and sent his troops into Egypt, among which was a young cavalry officer named Mark Antony. Mark Antony is his actual...
He's the one that got the damaged goods.
His actual... he had Caesar's sloppy seconds.
Do you think Caesar was packing? We don't have to go there right now.
Having a large penis was considered barbaric back then.
Right, so do you think he was hiding it?
I don't know.
And he had, like, when they were making his statues, he was like, smaller! Smaller!
It's too big!
It's too
big! I look like an asshole!
Yeah. Tone it down more.
Years later, Mark Antony would claim that it was during this time that he first fell in love with Cleopatra, who was fucking 14 years old at the time.
Yeah, baby. Well, they're in Europe, right? So it's like 13 you're an adult.
Well, I mean, it's also what fucking year was that? 65
1469.
BC? Yeah, 65.
No, it's 69
no,
BC.
it was later than that. It was like it was in the 50s.
Well, if he's 13, if she was born in 1969, she was born in 69, so that means it's 75.
No, it
I
goes,
can't count.
goes
83.
down. Goes down.
Oh, so it's
Do that
53.
math.
53.
Okay, we'll call it 53 BC.
It's 53 BC.
But something that I was wondering is, so Caesar, this is jumping ahead a little bit, but Caesar hooked up with Cleopatra first, and then after Caesar's assassination, Mark Antony started hooking up with Cleopatra. That had to have been a little weird, right?
Oh, they probably,
it's like
they talked about
you're fucking your uncle's booty call. Or Mark Antony
Oh.
actually married Cleopatra. Dude, I bet you anything.
Well, that's, maybe, were they, was Mark Anthony, and what was their relationship?
With
Mark
Caesar?
and C's, you know?
It's their actual...
Were they bros or no?
Oh, yeah, they were bros.
So it might have been
when
like a
Caesar,
bro favor.
When
you know?
Caesar took off to go fight the Civil War, he left Mark Antony in charge of Rome. So, like, they were close. Although that didn't stop Mark Antony from not telling Caesar that he knew about the assassination plot. So Mark Antony was kind of a dude. Well, I mean, Mark Antony was definitely a fucking douchebag. He was a horrible leader.
Well, I'm sure everyone knew that there was plots to assassinate Caesar.
Do you think that when Mark and Cleopatra were together, if she got pissed off at him, would she like walk around in one of Caesar's tunics just to fucking stick it to him?
Oh yeah. Well, she'd probably say all kinds of weird
Cleo, that tunic looks really familiar. Where'd you get that? I don't remember buying that for you. Oh, I've had this for years.
It's just it's just like something from my past.
It just makes me feel comfortable. It brings back good memories.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
If Mark Antony and Caesar were bros, then he was like doing a favor.
Oh, taking care of his...
There's a darker side to
taking care of his lady after Caesar died?
Well,
Caesar
every beautiful woman has a dark side. And if Cleo was pulling tail all the time and everyone was in love with her, what's the saying? Show me the hottest woman in the world
and I'll show you the guy tired of fucking her.
Yeah. that thing, yeah. Mark was like, fuck. Doing this for you.
I know that Caesar cared about Cleopatra. Somebody's got to take care of her now that he's gone. I'm sure that the fact that she was extremely powerful and rich and lusted after by like every fucking ruler in the world at that
she was
or at least
fine.
every ruler in the Mediterranean.
So it wasn't that then. She was fine. She would have been fine. He went for it and got her. That's what happened. He went for.
Actually, you know what? There's a really strong chance that she would have lived longer if she hadn't gotten involved with Mark Antony or Caesar.
I don't know about this.
Okay, we'll get into that in the later episodes.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I actually don't know shit about it except that she got on a boat and then like jumped out of a bag and sucked his dick.
Oh, well, now you're.
That's true, right?
Spoiler alert. Wait till the end of the episode.
But I think that's what everybody knows. If I know it, everyone knows.
I've brought it up on the show before.
The story is that she jumped out of a bag and sucked his dick or whatever. But the true story, this is what I'm excited about.
With Roman support, Ptolemy XII was able to regain his throne and agreed to garrison the primarily Gallic and Germanic troops provided by Gabinius in Egypt to help him maintain power. This would later prove to be a mistake as the troops almost immediately began abusing their power, harassing the citizens of Alexandria, and generally making a nuisance of themselves.
I know who these people are. Because
this would become one of Cleopatra's first issues she had to deal with once she rose to power. It's kind of neat. Especially in this overall story.
It's kind of neat if you listen to the completely separate things, the completely separate episodes about Julius Caesar, how the information from those episodes impact this completely separate series
about Cleopatra and Egypt. Because Caesar was not Egyptian. Well, neither was Cleopatra. She was Greek. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, that's neither here nor there.
She was hot. Desperado hot.
Ptolemy XII created a will designating Cleopatra and her brother Ptolemy XIII as joint heirs. Upon Ptolemy XII's death in 51 BC, the brother and sister were most likely married and immediately tasked with cleaning up the mess their father had left behind.
Holy shit.
Besides the troops left behind by Gabinius that were causing problems in Alexandria, the two also inherited their father's debt, leaving them to repay the 17.5 million drachmas that they owed to Rome. So this is kind of what this put Egypt in Rome's pocket.
Okay, yeah, I get that. I'm following this actually, I think.
No, you've retained a lot more of the information than I was expecting. I don't mean that as a dig. I'm just saying.
No, it was kind of a dig, Coop.
Well, I can never tell if you're paying attention or not.
Oh, I had a rough night last night, and now I'm going to be an asshole to Joel.
I'm an asshole all the time. I was born this way. Give me a break.
I'm an asshole too. Give me your hand. I love you.
This is the second episode in a row that you've said that. We can't say this in front of people all the time because they already question our relationship. I have a girlfriend.
Why are you holding my hand?
Bastard. You tricked me into that.
That was, there's no way to say it without having to take a drink, so that was fucking gay, dude.
Drink.
Love you. Gay.
So, I mean,
Pure brotherhood, pure love for two men that don't fuck. That's okay, isn't it? Nowadays,
I think the
that's
Greeks
looked
had a
down upon,
word for
man.
it.
The thespians.
Not all actors are gay, Joel. Just most of them. So I have been trying to think of a decent segue for this, and I'm not even going to bother with the fucking segue. It's time to read an ad.
Okay, let's read an ad.
Our sponsor for this episode is, as usual, the one and only Ghost Bed.
Honestly, that was your best segue.
It probably was.
It was fucking awesome.
The Iconoblast podcast is presented by ghostbed.com/drinking bros. And as we've mentioned multiple times before, we record this in a room with a ghost bed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally looking at a ghost bed right now, which is used for the Friday Night Jack Sesh. Ghost Bed has been a loyal sponsor of the Drinking Bros for 5 years now, and everyone here in the studio is in love with their mattresses and pillows, and have probably made love on their mattresses and pillows. But if you're going to do it, there's no better place to do it than on a
What's
ghost bed.
5 plus 63?
68?
What's 6 plus 63?
I don't understand what you're...
What is it?
I know what it is.
Do it on a ghost bed, man. 5 years plus 60.
Do a good old...
6 years.
Do
I don't
a
know.
good
I don't know how to
old
count.
63 plus 6.
Ghost bed's been our friends for so long that we 69 on the bed every night. That's what I was trying to say. Doesn't make sense.
It's out of respect for the company, though.
Yeah.
It's not because we enjoy it. Ghost Bed makes their high-quality mattresses right here in the USA, and each mattress comes with a 20-year warranty. You can try a Ghost Bed mattress for 101 nights, and if you're not completely satisfied, you can return it, no questions asked. And I don't think that they will even ask you what you've been doing on that bed, which is a good thing. Their mattresses and pillows have cooling technology to help you cool at night, and which I've been noticing that even when it is cold, I've still been getting sweaty at night.
Coop, you woke
And
me up.
that's-
You woke me up today to do this show, and you were like, "Joel, wake up! We have to record a show."
Yeah, I remember.
And it was cold in the house because of the air conditioner, but I was half naked without blankets on, and I was still sweating. And
Just balls out there for
I was drooling.
everyone to see.
When I lifted up my head because you said my name, like literally drool was like all down the side of my face, and I was like, "Fuck, what happened?" And I had only been sleeping for about 4 hours, and you woke me up. 4 hours would have been enough if
If
I
you
was
were
in
sleeping
ghost
on a
bed.
ghost bed. I wish I got some sleep last night.
You know why you didn't get sleep?
I know exactly why I didn't get any sleep.
Because you weren't in a ghost bed.
That is exactly why I didn't get any sleep. You can buy a mattress for around $35 per month, and they have no money down, 0% financing plans. GhostBed also offers bundles, so you can get everything you need in one convenient package. Just choose from their 4 mattresses and then pick your bundle. So whether you just need a mattress and a frame, or you want it all, like their cooling pillows and sheets, you can always get the best bang for your buck. Right now, GhostBed is offering a flash sale where you can get 40% off when you buy a mattress and adjustable base, or 30% off of everything when you use the promo code DrinkinBros.
And it comes with a free Cleopatra sex doll.
No, we can't endorse that statement. That's not a true statement. But you can buy a Cleopatra sex doll from realdoll.com and then
You can buy a sex doll,
put it in your
call it
ghost bed.
Cleopatra, and put it in your ghost bed for free.
There is literally nothing stopping anybody from doing that. I mean, it's kind of expensive. The sex dolls are. Ghost beds are surprisingly affordable, though. Head over to ghostbed.com/drinkingbros to take advantage of all their awesome deals. That's ghostbed.com/drinkingbros. Ghost bed. Sleep so good, it's scary.
I tried to switch. I'm switching the show live right now. I tried to switch between each syllable on that. I think I fucked it up.
Let's see, where did we leave off?
We were talking about Desperado.
No, that was a while back.
Oh.
No, now we're talking about... we were talking about how Cleopatra...
She married her brother.
And her brother husband
Took the debt,
owe
the debt of the father.
17.5 million drachmas to Rome.
and so Rome got Egypt in their pants.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Cleopatra didn't seem to like sharing power with her brother, and the two soon had a falling out. by 49 BC, Cleopatra and her brother were in a full-fledged civil war. Which, okay,
Do you
so
think they were
technically
banging?
it wasn't.
They weren't banging.
That's where,
It was like-
where do you think little baby Ptolemies come from? They come from brothers and sisters fucking each other.
No, I don't think
For
so.
300 years, that's where Ptolemies came from.
They really were.
Well,
though?
sometimes cousins. They would fucking
fucking.
cousins.
Well, they were fucking everybody.
Well,
Probably,
but
right?
they had to keep it in the family to keep their blood pure, which
So
translates
they actually
to
were fucking their own brothers
a
and sisters.
lot of inbreeding, and most likely that's another reason I think that they couldn't have been that attractive, because 300 years of family members fucking each other is not going to produce the prettiest babies.
That's what made us.
What?
I don't know. Right? Isn't that kind of like how humans were made? It had to start with one.
Well, I think there was a bottleneck at some point in the past where the human population dropped down to around 10,000. So, I mean, there's definitely incest all throughout history, but that's not where everybody came from.
Well, then where'd the Ewoks come from?
They're definitely the result of incest. I mean, look at them.
But then they
hairy
survived
midgets.
and yeah. Dude, there was a, what was I just listening to? Oh, it was Chuck Palahniuk on Joe Rogan, and they were talking about like,
Hairy midgets?
Hairy midgets that were like real, like living for hundreds of years, like species of humans. The species jumps, right, that we know, like the ones that we know. Apparently, between each big jump, there's like all these fucked up.
Some fucked up mistakes.
Yeah, they like live for 100 years, live for 1,000 years.
And
live
nature's
for-
like, oh shit, that was a bad idea.
well, they just like get killed off, or the other species of humans kill them off. Like one of the ones that they were talking about was like the Bigfoot race was a real race, but it's like 5,000 years old now, or more, or something. I don't remember what he said.
I
But
think probably way more than
yeah,
5,000
100,000 years or something. Yeah, it was
Probably like 200,000.
But we killed them all because we got smarter and we're like, fuck these hairy fucks.
That's what happened to the Neanderthals.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
We fucked and killed them out of existence.
And fucked ourselves into climate change.
And I am living proof that Neanderthals and humans interbred, because I literally have Neanderthal DNA, which we've talked about on the show,
yeah,
because if I
turn
turn to the
sideways.
side,
Neanderthal forehead.
oh yeah.
I could set my fucking beer on that.
Dude, you can set a beer up here, and then you could shelter yourself from the rain down here.
Dude, you could take a nut right in the forehead and it wouldn't get in your eyes.
That's why my family has these heavy eyebrows, specifically for that reason. We do very well in prison.
And in the rain.
And in the rain.
Yeah. You don't even know it's
And,
raining.
I mean, you could most likely build a house with my fucking forehead.
you didn't get COVID even though I had it because of your mustache and your forehead. The particles all just got caught
Bounces
everywhere.
bounces off this big old brow ridge, gets caught in the mustache. I
Well,
got a
and
lot
the
of
sunglasses or the glasses, right? Too, that actually has been proven to like keep COVID out of your eyes.
It's kind of funny. My horrible genetics is what's keeping me alive.
yeah, but not
It's
even
a-
just with
It's a
in
perfect
life.
storm.
I talked about this on the last episode. How you have superpowers because you're so shitty.
I know. I hate it. I am cursed to outlive every single person that I love.
Yeah.
And I didn't even want to be here in the first place.
I'm gonna die.
I don't mean
before
here
you.
at the studio. I definitely want to be here at the studio. But
I know what you meant. I'm gonna die.
I know
before you.
because I cry about it all the time. So anyway, these inbred Egyptians, huh? How about that? So Cleopatra and her brother husband got in a bit of a civil war. Her brother Ptolemies soon gained the upper hand, and Cleopatra was forced to flee Alexandria and hide in the eastern Nile Delta while she planned her next move.
Oh, her bro won the Civil War.
Yeah, because so it's a little bit more complicated than this, but her brother was friends with a really powerful eunuch, and that helped him stay in power.
The bald guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah, same one. Exact same
guy,
one.
yeah.
Lord Varys?
I know the type.
I think that was his name. Varys?
Uterus.
Yeah.
Varys.
Lord Uterus.
Lord Uterus. Varys Bueller. Fucking asshole. I like that guy. I was sad.
Me too. He was one of my favorite characters. Egypt
What?
wasn't the only. Wait, he was one of my favorite characters, dude. He was
No.
like one of the real
Wasn't
motherfuckers pulling strings.
Yeah, but he was. Like,
and he was smart about it. And
your second favorite character was Littlefinger.
No, fuck Littlefinger. He was a piece of shit. No, Varys was like one of the only people in Game of Thrones that actually had the greater good in mind. Like that's what he was working towards the entire time.
But he got the most people killed.
Did he?
I don't know. That just seems like the greater
kind of
good.
feel like
That's like
kind of feel like old Khaleesi got a lot more people killed than Varys did.
But only ones that deserved it.
Really? Yeah.
My favorite
That's
character
a bit of a hot take.
Was the doggy.
The Hound?
I love the doggy, yeah.
The Hound and Bronn are by far the two best characters in Game of Thrones.
Wait, who's Bronn?
Tyrion's bro. The redhead that fucks shit up.
Yeah, I mean, they were the coolest, like, manly characters. They were tough as shit and cool as fuck.
Why would you like any of the other ones?
I really liked the dragon...
Joffrey?
The dragon kid. Like, in the first season that got fucking killed.
The one that was fucking his sister?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of sister fucking, let's talk about
That's
these
what I mean,
Ptolemies.
but bad characters, shitty people, those are good characters. Like watching him die felt great. Like, it was fucking awesome watching him die.
It did.
Same with Joffrey. Like, that motherfucker, they built him up for fucking...
His death, not Joffrey, but the Khaleesi's
Dragon
brother.
lady? The dragon boy?
Yeah, the dragon boy. His death was loosely based off of the death of Marcus Crassus.
Oh, no shit. Oh,
yeah, they
filled him
dumped
with
the gold
fucking
over his head.
gold
Yeah,
and shit.
Crassus allegedly
Sick.
got molten gold poured down his throat, which he fucking had that coming because Marcus
Yeah, we
Crassus
talked
was a
about
piece
that.
of shit.
Because it made a hammer. Like, kind of like similar to Thor's hammer, because it was like the shape of his esophagus down the spine into the gut, and it hardened and became a golden hammer that
I'm curious to see where you're going with this. Yeah?
the guy that we talked about last week, Vercingetorix, used that weapon to defeat Caesar in that one battle that he won, and then he lost later.
How did Vercingetorix get to Syria?
No. They mailed him the...
Oh, they mailed it to him.
The Amazon shit overnight.
UPS or USPS?
They were like, oh shit,
FedEx?
fucking Julius is coming. We're going to mail this shit, this golden hammer to you overnight.
FedEx
UPS.
overnight from Syria to Gaul.
Yeah, wait, what was the city that he won?
Vercingetorix?
Yeah, the one that he won.
The one that he won... Oh, shit, man.
Shiverdecker.
Sure, Shiverdecker. I haven't slept in over 24 hours at this point.
Let's continue, but
if it's
that
not,
is cool.
If it's not written on the paper, I can't remember it right now.
the golden shower is pretty cool. It's been going on for generations now. Turn from gold to piss, but, keep going.
Egypt wasn't the only place facing a civil war in 49 BC. On January 10th of that same year, Julius Caesar had taken the 13th Legion and marched them across the Rubicon, beginning what is known as Caesar's Civil War, which we will hopefully do a series on at some point in the future.
But this is not an episode
But this is not an episode about Julius Caesar. That's the only time we mention the Roman Civil War, or Caesar's Civil War. After Caesar and Pompey faced one another at the Battle of Pharsalus in August of 48 BC, Pompey was defeated and forced to flee to Egypt. Ptolemy XIII then made a mistake that would seal his fate and pave the way for Cleopatra to rise to power. When Pompey arrived in Egypt, Ptolemy XIII's advisors convinced him to ambush and kill Pompey and his men, hoping to gain the favor of Caesar. Caesar arrived in Alexandria in pursuit of Pompey about 1 month later, at which time he was given a gift by Ptolemy, who hoped to gain his favor. Like I just said, I jumped ahead a little bit.
It's okay.
The gift was the severed head of Pompey that had been severed and preserved. Although Pompey and Caesar had been on opposite sides of the Civil War, they had been friends and allies for years. Understandably, Caesar was not pleased.
Yeah.
So Ptolemy gave Caesar Pompey's severed head and his signet ring. And according to some sources, when Caesar saw Pompey's head, he actually turned around and threw up and then got super pissed off that they killed him. Because Caesar at the time, he wanted to end the Civil War, but he wanted to reunite everybody. He wanted him and Pompey to be bros again, and he wanted to bring Pompey's people back.
They had some issues, but he was trying to fix it.
Yeah.
And then his head showed up.
Yeah, and Caesar was not
Caesar's not
thrilled
going to
about
be
it.
okay with this at all. This is not good for them. This is not good for Pompey because he's missing his entire body,
and
it's also not good for.
definitely wasn't good
Ptolemy.
for Ptolemy.
Yeah.
In
He's gonna get
response,
fucked.
in response to being given his former friend's head, Caesar decided to do what he did best: use his legions to fuck all the shit up. So
and
he
now
brought
the
about
Triarii are back in action.
he brought about 4,000 troops with him when he went to Egypt to track down Pompey, and that was enough for him.
Well,
not
not
enough
Pompey,
for him to.
Ptolemy, right?
No, Caesar went to Egypt to track down Pompey.
But I thought Pompey lost his head,
He did.
so he's trying to find the body
No, so
to put the body to
Caesar,
reconnect the body to the head. And try
No,
to reincarnate him with the powers of Cleopatra.
Caesar didn't know that Pompey was dead at the time. He went to Egypt because he knew Pompey was there. So
And then he got
brought
the
4,000
head.
troops, and when they landed, Ptolemy gave him Pompey's head, and he was like, "Oh, you little shit!" By the way,
Okay, yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Ptolemy the 13th is 13 years old at this point. 13-year-old kid,
Blew it.
fucked up.
Yeah, he fucked up bad. That changes things in my mind a little bit. He's a little kid. He's 13 years old, and he's the 13th Ptolemy, and he's chopping heads already. And like, it must have been like Caesar's a god at this point.
I'm
right?
sure that is
word is spread, right?
I'm sure that is far from the first head that Ptolemy the 13th has taken, even though he's only 13 years old at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, Caesar was
Caesar was a
extremely
fucking-
powerful and influential.
So that was like, if you tried to make that seem like something now, it's like a 13-year-old punk ass kid who's like, I'm listening to fucking punk rock instead, Mom. Fuck you. I'm not going to school. Ditching school.
I think it would kind of be like you're trying to impress one of your older relatives, and you know that your older relative's dog bit them at one point. So you cut the dog's head off and you give it to him. You're like, here you go. Look what I got for you.
So it's a little more intense. Yeah.
And then after that, you get the spanking of a lifetime.
Oh, he's going to get it.
Oh, he's going to get it.
Well, yeah. You don't fuck with Caesar.
Caesar had traveled to Alexandria with 4,000 men and immediately began marching them through the city. The Egyptians didn't take kindly to thousands of Roman soldiers marching through their streets like they owned the fucking place, so they started rioting. Now, so they did start rioting, but
Bad idea.
Caesar was kind of suspicious, thinking that Ptolemy the 13th might have had something to do with the riots, and he absolutely
maybe
did.
there was some shit talking going on.
Yeah, no, Ptolemy was responsible for the riots. Like, he started riling up all the people and be like, oh, look at these fucking foreigners walking around through our streets like they own the goddamn place. Are you going to let them get away with that? No, if I can do something about it. So everybody started rioting.
Yeah. Smart little kid. Well,
It was most
smart,
likely
smart.
It was most likely his advisors.
It was advisors, the little
it was probably
the little
that
guy.
It was probably
What's
that
his name?
fucking eunuch that he was friends with.
The eunuch and
starting
the
all this
other-
shit. You can't trust a man without balls. Never
And
trust a
you can't
eunuch.
trust a guy that's not over 4 feet tall. What's his name?
Tyrion.
Tyrion. Yeah.
He was like one of the best characters in the show.
He did a lot of naughty things.
I don't think there's anybody in that show that didn't do some naughty things. After some Roman soldiers were killed, Caesar ordered his men to take refuge in the royal palace. This means that within days of arriving in Egypt, Caesar had started a citywide riot and taken Ptolemy the 13th hostage. Within
yeah.
days of getting to Egypt,
Don't fuck with
all
me,
of
dude.
Alexandria is rioting and burning, and he has the royal family hostage, and he set up all of his troops in the royal quarter.
Don't fuck with me, dude.
Do not fuck with Caesar.
Yeah. He's got the Triarii.
This marked the beginning of what is known as the Siege of Alexandria. And it was actually Caesar that was under siege inside the royal quarter while he's kind of going, okay, fuck, I didn't really think this through. Because it was a mistake on his part.
He went in and took it all over, and then... So he put himself in a bad position, and now he's trapped.
Yeah, and...
Oh, shit. I don't know anything about this.
So we don't get into the Siege of Alexandria in depth in this episode. We'll be talking about it more in the next episode.
Okay.
But it was one of the closest brushes with death that Caesar ever had.
He was like,
Because
oopsie daisy.
once everything
he
started
wanted that
going
little
down-
kid so bad that he fucked up a little bit.
Yeah, he got pissed because
Oh.
him and Pompey they were friends. Pompey was married to one of Caesar's daughters.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were very, very
They were
closely
bros.
associated with each other, and they were
And
both.
his head just got chopped off. Of course. Well, then he's got to go in even if you get fucked in the end, you have to do that. I would do that for you. Even if it was not the most strategic plan, I'm going in, I'm going to fuck those bitches.
Caesar did get fucked, but it wasn't by Ptolemy the 13th. It was by another Ptolemy, specifically Cleopatra.
Yeah! That's my dog.
At this point,
That's my dog.
Cleopatra...
She's my boy, dude. With that pussy, man. Yeah!
At this point, Cleopatra was on the losing side of the struggle with her brother Ptolemy the 13th.
Oh, shit. I get it now.
She had been attempting to raise troops to help her take the throne, but wasn't having any luck. The arrival of Caesar and his men gave her an idea. Her father had made the Roman Republic the executor of his will, so if she could get Rome on her side, she could use their substantial influence to get her brother out of the picture.
She's smart. She's got the rhinoceros nose.
Smart.
She's got that kitty cat beer gut, pussy eating fucking attitude. She's gonna seduce Caesar. That's what she's gonna do. That's her plan.
So Cleopatra packed up her nicest clothes and traveled to meet Caesar. Knowing she had to keep a low profile, Cleopatra traveled with only a single bodyguard.
It was a fucking power move to fuck over her brother? Holy shit, I didn't know. No one ever talks about this. This is crazy. This is Game of Thrones shit.
This part's fucking crazy, too. She traveled with a single bodyguard, which was a massive Sicilian man named Apollodorus.
Yeah.
The two of them traveled for 8 days down the Nile with Cleopatra dressed as a peasant to hide her royal lineage.
Like Princess Jasmine.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
They arrived in Alexandria under the cover of darkness and rowed their boat into the harbor. Then Cleopatra hid herself inside of a linen sack and had Apollodorus carry her to the royal palace. Upon his return to his quarters later that night, Caesar found a linen sack sitting on the floor of his room.
Fucking A, dude.
The sack
Is that real?
Yes.
Everything you researched and everything done, this is the truth. This is as most accurate as it could be.
The only difference is some sources say that she was wrapped up in a rug instead of being in a linen sack.
Okay. Like Egyptian rug.
The sack began to move,
Poncho.
And out climbed Cleopatra dressed in her finest clothing. Caesar was quickly charmed by her wit and intelligence, and
What do you say? What do you fucking say when you first come out? There's a lady in there. Caesar didn't chop her head off. Like, he knows. Excuse me. He knows.
I'm sure
he's in the shit right now.
I'm sure that
he's been through a lot. Come on. She had to say the right thing.
Caesar was quickly charmed by her wit and intelligence, and allegedly Cleopatra's legendary oral skills.
Yeah, that's right. Blowy.
Ptolemy the 13th's fate was sealed. Cleopatra had secured the support of the most powerful politician in Rome, and now it was time for a nice little sex cruise down the Nile.
Fucking
And that's where we're going to pick up in the next episode.
She did
allegedly, Cleopatra...
I want to know what she said.
Cleopatra had some DSLs.
Oh, that's right. She got DSL. But she had to have... from what I learned from this episode is that Cleopatra was fucking smart.
Extremely smart.
And
she was probably the smartest of all of the Ptolemies.
Because Caesar at this point has been through a lot of shit. Fighting a lot of motherfuckers, right? So he knows the game, he knows the bullshit. You can't trick Caesar with a Trojan horse.
Caesar is currently on the path to pretty much become king of Rome.
Yeah. So if a little sack starts moving, how could you not think this is a trick? This is a game. What the fuck's going on here, right? So
if a lady climbs out of the sack wearing super
sexy
expensive clothes.
Well, she's that makes it even. Doesn't that make it more sketchy?
I can't imagine he's going to be that afraid of a.
Well, not woman. Afraid, but just curious. Like, why the fuck? What's the game here?
Exactly.
What's the play?
That's why he would want to hear what she had to say. If she was willing to go through that much trouble.
I wish I knew. It was probably a poem. She probably memorized a poem.
She probably popped out and went
erotic, and it was an erotic poem.
No, here's exactly what it is. She popped out of the sack and went, blowjob? He's like, all right.
Or she literally popped out of the sack and was like, my brother's a piece of shit, let's join forces.
Or she jumped out of the sack and said, blowjob? And Caesar was like, sure. And then she was like, You should let me take over Egypt.
But had skills from sucking all her brother's dicks. So Caesar was holy
she had to learn it
shit.
somewhere. I'm sure she's not going around sucking peasant dick. I mean, she's fucking Cleopatra. She's not going to suck peasant dick.
Yeah, do you think that same night, though, she had to do what she had to do? But she's manipulative, she's smart, she's intelligent, she's got DSL, she's hot, she's got a rhinoceros nose.
She can lick her own pussy like a cat.
He ate that pussy.
Oh, she probably did it herself. Dude, she is a strong, independent woman. She doesn't need anybody else to do that for her.
Dude, she fucking was like, nah, I got it. Why don't you go to bed?
He was like,
and then
hey,
was like, hey,
baby, I got something I'm going to do for her. She's like, no, I can do it myself.
I can do it myself, you stupid bastard. Go to bed and you're...
I don't need no man.
Caesar, I'll suck your dick again in the morning. I'm going to eat my own pussy tonight.
I've been doing it for years. There's no way that you can do it better than I can. So that is the conclusion of part 1 of Cleopatra, which is, like I said, is probably going to be a 2 or 3 part series, depending on how deep we get into the Siege of Alexandria, which is actually some pretty cool shit. So most likely that'll take up a large portion of the next episode, if not the entire next episode.
Sweet. That's cool. She's a
and
badass.
Her sex cruise.
I know we're fucking around, joking around, but
no, Cleopatra.
At the time, too, to be a female in that time and to
nobody
get into that room.
Nobody even knows Cleopatra's mom's name, but we remember Cleopatra not just Cleopatra's mom's name, like Arsinoe, Bernice, her 2 sisters.
I didn't even know Ptolemy until now, or until we talked about it. Like
nobody gives a fuck about any of the other Ptolemies. The only one that they care about is Cleopatra because she was a fucking badass.
Yeah,
and her
name is just her full name. It doesn't even seem like she needs other names. It's just Cleopatra, and everyone knows who that is.
It's like Madonna or Cher.
Yeah, when you say
Belladonna, actually.
I think Belladonna, mama. But honestly, I think Cleopatra, the name as a whole, just in general names, when you say Caesar, people think
Julius Caesar,
the pizza place. No. They think
well, if you say
place.
Little Caesars.
Well, no, but just like generally, like. You'll think of multiple things in your head. Like you'll think of Julius Caesar. You'll think of Little Caesars. You'll think of there's a bunch of different Caesars in the world.
Caesar like Cardenas, the inventor of the Caesar salad.
Caesar's ran Rome for generations. When you say Cleopatra, that's it. It's one person.
Yeah.
And so she's got that on Caesar, I think.
Actually, yeah, that's a really good point. She does.
I mean, Julius Caesar is still maybe the most popular of the Caesars, but when you talk to someone who doesn't talk about history or Caesar at all, when you say, hey, Caesar, you're going to think of Little Caesars, Julius Caesar, and all the different Caesars.
I think you're the one that thinks of Little Caesars first, because most people, when you say Caesar, they're going to picture the guy wearing the wreath around his head.
Yeah, but it's not a specific. I think because of Gladiator too. Like Gladiator makes you think of, when people say Caesar now, they think of Gladiator and fucking.
Well, that was Marcus Aurelius, though, I think.
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius Caesar.
He was a Caesar. He was not the
right,
Caesar.
But I guess that's my point. I don't have to keep. No, it's a shitty point, but I'm just saying, like.
No, I mean that
Caesar is a broad statement now. It means
it eventually
of Caesars.
Yeah, it eventually became
Caesar,
became a title once the after the rise of the Roman Empire, it became a title as opposed to just being the name of Caesar, Julius Caesar.
Yeah, Cleopatra.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. Cleopatra. If you say Cleopatra, you're not going to mistake her for anyone else, even though there are some theories that her mom's name is Cleopatra also, but nobody remembers the mom Cleopatra. They remember the Cleopatra that
sucked Caesar's
dick. That's a powerful dick, though. If you're remembered for thousands of years for sucking a dick, that's a powerful dick.
Yeah, and maybe that was part of the. It was so big. When she saw it, she was like, "Oh, you're an idiot. I got this. This is easy. Oh, I'm gonna mop this up." And he was like, "Fuck, she knows."
She's like, "Oh, god damn that!
Holy shit!
You're retarded, aren't you?"
Drink.
Oh, you poor guy.
You
drink.
Can't say retarded anymore.
I beg to differ because I just said it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I have a hour and a half drive to make to go to my niece's birthday party right now.
Okay. Do we make it?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. I thought we were under.
Nope. We're doing good.
Perfect.
Good on time. So let's go ahead and wrap this up, and then I'm going to drive all the way out to. Well,
It's not that far, dude. I would drive you there.
It's an hour and a half drive.
It's like a drive to L.A.
Yeah, L.A. from where we were living before was like 40,
Hour and a half every
45
time.
minutes to
No.
an hour. Well, depending on where you're going
Traffic.
in L.A. But I don't want to drive to L.A. right now either. Fuck.
I don't either. I'm not going to.
Okay.
You are. For your niece. Because you love your niece and you're a good uncle.
And I promised I wasn't going to miss her birthday.
And when's her birthday? Today?
And I've got birthday presents in my car right now that I have to give to her.
Oh, what did you get her?
I
Last
got her,
topic, and then we'll call it after this.
I got her a stuffed rainbow unicorn seahorse.
Unicorn seahorse?
Yeah, it's a real cute little stuffed animal. Actually, it's fairly big.
My
I spent,
brother's just crunched because it instantly was going sexual in my mind. Like,
spent over $100 on this little brat.
there's unicorn seahorses.
There's one in my car right now, which I probably should have cracked a window for. Fuck.
We talked about this when we were out at the bar the other day, that mermaids could have dolphin bottoms.
Oh, we can't get it. I have to get on the road. We can't.
I know,
We
but
can't get back into it.
If there's unicorn seahorses, then there's fucking mermaids with dolphin bottoms. And there might even be mermaids with fucking seahorse bottoms. So no more pretending that you can't fuck a mermaid. You can.
This is
Anyway, what's the other presents you got?
so a stuffed rainbow unicorn seahorse, and I got her.
Does it have a cloaca? Sorry.
two
go ahead.
Hatchimals. I
Two
hope.
Hatchimals,
Fuck. I
yeah.
hope it doesn't, or else I'm going to be in trouble. And I'm going to take it home with me and keep it.
Cloaca is safe. Those are hard to fuck, aren't they?
The jury's still out, Joel. We
don't
haven't
know.
decided yet.
God, we need to get one. We need to get a cloaca.
We need to get a fucking cloaca. This is
Yeah.
getting serious. So I got her 2 Hatchimals, and then I got her some glitter.
Hatchimals?
They're like
Kid
these.
shit?
Yeah, kid shit.
It's like the new Beanie Baby or something.
I don't know. I wasn't even into Beanie Babies when I was a kid. But then
Unicorn seahorse is badass, Coop.
Oh no, I can show it to you.
I like that.
I
Is
can
it
show
big?
it to you. Yeah, decent size. Probably. I mean, like the size of a little bit bigger than the average teddy bear.
Okay, cool.
For the price, it should have been a little bit bigger than that too, because
You're a good uncle.
I know I wanted to get her something nice. So I got her that. I got her the
birthday's today.
Hatchimals, and I got her glitter acrylic paints with some paint brushes because she has a mask that she wants to paint. So I got her paints to paint the mask.
You're a good uncle.
I'm all right.
I've only met my niece like twice. I'm not a very good uncle. And when they FaceTime me, I ignore it.
Yeah, well, that's fucking terrible. Anytime that I see I'm getting a FaceTime from my niece or my nephew, I always answer it.
I try to, but I'm always in a bad place when they call. It's like they know.
Do you think I'm
it's
ever
like
in a
they
good
know-
place? Joel, you've known me for 20 years. How many times have I been in a good place?
How many times have you not answered calls?
From my niece and my nephew, just a couple times when I don't notice the call.
I feel like my sister.
They're
and
so
my
young,
niece-
they don't know that I'm fucking depressed.
For me, it's like they know when I need them to call me, so it upsets me, so I don't answer. Like when I'm feeling really bummed out, I'm like, man, I just wish somebody would care about me, and then all of a sudden, FaceTime comes in from my sister. And
You're
I'm
like, no,
oh,
not
shit.
them, not them.
Nope. I'm not gonna need this. It's fucked, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever. What are you going to do? All right, that's it for this episode of the Iconoblast Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Iconoblast Podcast. You can follow me at Coop Nukem. You can follow Joel at Joel R. Benner. He posts a lot more pictures than...
Not lately. I've been kind of slacking, and my Instagram's gotten kind of like gay. Drink.
Drink.
Fuck. I didn't mean that. I meant like I don't know what I meant. I stopped taking photos. I haven't been walking around. I haven't been.
Oh,
taking
yeah.
pic-
Well, anytime
we need
you
to
go-
on we need to go on a little photography adventure.
Anytime you go out of town, you take a lot of photos.
I haven't been out of town in a few months. That's what it is. Since Mexico.
Okay, well, sometime here in November, I think you're going to have a reason to take a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to post all of them, though.
Most of them I won't be able to post.
Yeah.
We're talking like I can't say who or what I'm talking about, but we're gonna make a little home video Finally, for the first time, for a private time video.
That'll go on the Drinking Bros Patreon.
Yeah, it'll be on Patreon only.
Patreon exclusive. You can watch it right after the Jack Sesh.
It'll be full bore, full spread,
Full penetration.
full everything. I'm gonna bear all.
Joel's getting fully penetrated. All right, join us next week for Cleopatra Part 2. That's it for this episode of the Iconoblast podcast. My name is Matt Cooper.
Joel Benner.
And we're reminding you to never take anything at face value. And Cleopatra had DSLs, baby.
Yeah, she did. Dude,
Legendary DSLs.
so joking aside though, she's pretty cool. She's a beast.
Oh, yeah, Cleopatra. Dude, just wait until we get into the
Badass.
rest of the shit. She's a
Yeah, I
fucking
can't wait.
genius.
All right.
See you next week.